Hi and welcome to part 4 of the total body workout for Carmel staff and students. Today I'm joined by Sam, who is in my little bubble, and Sam is a really fab yogi, so hopefully you'll get a different perspective on the moves today with us going in different directions. As always, if anything hurts you today, please move away from it. Never ever be in any pain. That doesn't mean that you can't go to your edge and challenge your muscles as long as there isn't any pain. You don't need any equipment, but as always you can have blocks or a cushion, maybe a book, just for some of the poses that we're doing. Maybe it'll bring the floor a little closer, or you can have something soft for under your knees, but you generally won't need anything. This is part 4, so it is advisable to go back and do the first parts, 1, 2 and 3. If you want a challenge, then by all means jump straight into this video, but it will move a little bit quicker and it will just be taken for granted that you know how to come into something like a downward dog based on the first 3 videos. So wherever you are, we are going to start laying down. So get yourselves nice and comfortable. You can take the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart, letting your knees fall together, taking the elbows nice and wide, and then bringing the hands back onto your bellies, or they can come out to the side, palms up. And we're just grounding ourselves for a few breaths. We're not going to be here long, but we take this time at the start of the class to really listen to our bodies. And feel the connection between the back of your body and the ground. And you allow those breaths, especially those exhales, to deepen that connection by softening your upper back, letting your butt cheeks go, maybe relaxing your inner thighs, relaxing your teeth and your jaw. And the more you relax, the more you can invite a deeper breath into your bellies, letting them fill up like balloons. And as you exhale, letting everything sink down a little deeper. Trying to make the exhale as long as your inhale, if not longer. And that allows the body just to let go even more and calm just a little, quietening the mind of all of that noise. Let's do 2 more deep breaths here. Where can you find a little bit more space? And then 1 knee at a time. So let's bring those legs into the chest. And this might be the first forward fold that you've done today. So by bringing those knees in, you're giving yourself a nice back stretch. Take it easy, keep the shoulders relaxed, maybe let the head go from side to side. And then placing your feet back on the floor, let's take that right ankle and cross it over the left, going straight into a nice hip stretch. If that's enough for you, stay there. You can always place a cushion underneath your left foot if you want some elevation, or you can take your hands and wrap them underneath that left thigh and then hug the knees in. If this has caused you to lift your head and shoulders or scrunch your shoulders up, just pop a cushion under your head. We want that upper body to be super relaxed. This is a hip stretch, so relax the jaw, the neck, the head, and breathe deeply into the belly. Enjoy this moment of stretching because we're going to start working in a sec. Okay, if your hamstrings feel okay, which are the big muscles on the back of the leg, maybe you can start to lift your left heel to the sky. You don't have to completely straighten that left leg if it's too much on those hamstrings. You can always keep a little bend, but if you are straightening it, keep it active. And maybe start to really pull the belly in, to firm up the belly and activate the legs so that as you gently let go of that left leg and bring the hands hovering by the side, the legs are staying where they are. So this is working the muscles on the front of the leg and stretching the back of the leg. And you're trying to breathe deeply. If that feels okay, you're going to push your lower back into the floor and lift your chest towards the sky. So it's just a gentle sit-up, relaxing the shoulders back and down. You're not squishing your chin into your chest. Imagine you've got a big orange between your chin and your chest. Can you lift your heel to the ceiling anymore? And we're breathing. And for the last 2 or 3 breaths, you're going to see if you can peel your right ankle away from your left thigh. It may feel like it's glued on, and that's bringing a lot of activity into that right leg now. Breathe. One more. And relax the head down. Keep the right ankle on the left knee and place that left leg down. Okay, you're going to increase the cross. So that right leg is going to come all the way over, like you're crossing your legs, squeezing the inner thighs, and then bring your knees into the chest again. So we're going to do some eagle sit-ups. And this may be where you are today. Or maybe you can double back by lifting the left foot into the air and tucking the right foot under. So you're all knotted up. Don't worry if that's too much. You can stay here, or you can start to take the arms out and bring the left arm over the right. You can hug yourselves, or keeping that connection above the elbows, bringing the backs of the hands together. So you're really knotted. So your right leg is over your left arm is over your right, either hugging or taking hold of the palms of the hands or the backs of the hands. Push the lower back down, chin away from the chest, and let's do 10 eagle sit-ups. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower. And connect the elbow to the knee if you can, don't worry if you can't. And if it's too much to hover the head off the floor the whole time, you can take your head down, gaze is up. This is really intense. Do it mindfully with your breath. Lost count. I should have asked you to count for me, shouldn't I? Let's do 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Can you hold? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And take it down. Make yourself big, do whatever you need to do. Head from side to side. So it's a real fire generator. Can you feel some heat in your body now? Yeah. Okay, let's try that on the other side. So feet on the floor. And this time the left ankle's coming over that right knee. Staying here, or threading the needle as we call it. Taking the hands through and grabbing hold of that right hamstring. See if you can relax your head and shoulders for a few breaths here, so that we can really feel a stretch on that left hip. The left glute too. If your knees aren't very happy, you can flex the toes of your left foot towards your knee to stabilise the knee and the ankle. Big breaths, and if that feels okay, let's see if we can start to lift that right foot to the ceiling. Always remember you've got the option to pad underneath your head if it's pulling your shoulders up too high. And then activating the thighs, activating your bellies. See if you can let go of the right leg, hovering the arms. And then we're working hard into the fronts of both of those thighs to keep the legs there. Maybe you can push the lower back down and start to lift the shoulders off. Breathe. You don't have to do that. You can always gently support the back of your head with your fingertips if your neck's sore. 3 more breaths here. Last one. And can you peel that left ankle off of the right thigh without letting that right leg drop? So you're not dropping the right leg, you're bringing the left ankle in. 2 more deep breaths. And release the head. Keep the cross on As you drop your right foot to the floor and then cross the legs a little bit more intensely, so squeeze the inner thighs. So this time your left leg is over the top of the right, bringing the knees in, and then you can double back that left foot so it hooks under. Don't worry if you haven't got that there today. Now the arms. We've got our left leg on top. Let's bring the right arm over the top and either hugging in or keeping the connection as high up with the arms as you can. Backs of the hands together, fronts of the hands together, wherever you can get to. And let's see how it feels to push the lower back down and lift the head and shoulders up. Remember, we want a big gap between the chin and the chest. You can always connect the thumb to the forehead, and let's pulse those elbows to the knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, breathe, 5, 4, 3, it's a real burny one, 2, and hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and take it down. Oh, gee, felt that one, and just taking the head from side to side, or whatever feels good. And we're going to rock ourselves up into boat pose. So you can keep the feet off. You're going to lift the heels in line with the knees if you can. And we're just going to do some little boat extensions, which looks like this. So we gently drop the body back a little, extend the legs a little, and then bring the knees into the chest. And see if you can do it with your breath. See if we can do 10, 9. Really bring the knees in like you're trying to kick yourself in the chest. Lost count again. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it in, bring it over. Let's come onto our hands and knees. Ooh, let's see how some cat-cows feel here today. We're going to hold just for a couple of breaths in each one. So hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Nice strong arms, try not to bend the elbows. And then let's lift the bum, lift the chest, and feel a lovely stretch across the belly after all that work. The more you can lift your bum in the air, the more you can push the ground away with your hands, the more you might feel a nice stretch in that belly. And then as we round, we're going to start tucking the bum under, curling the spine, and maybe hovering the knees off the floor, letting the head go. So now we're activating our core muscles as well as getting that spinal stretch. Dropping the knees, lifting the bum, lifting the chest. Nice big stretch. And then tucking the bum under, rounding the back, hovering the knees. Last one. Lift the bum, lift the chest. Arms are strong. And push the ground away. Tuck the bum under, hover the knees just an inch and breathe. And then dropping your knees down. Flattening your feet so you're on the tops of your toes. And then if it's comfortable, coming into a kneeling position. Again, if you've got cushions and you don't like being in a kneeling position, you can always place them underneath your bum or just sit on your bottoms if this isn't comfortable. Taking the arms out in front, we're going to do some shoulder rotations. So imagine you've got a box in your hand. Take the box forward without leaning your body. Shrug the shoulders to lift the box up. Peel the shoulders backwards to bring the box back and then down. So you're making a square. Forward, up, back and down. If that's too much, you can just rotate. And we're just getting some warmth in the shoulders, flexibility, mobility, and then change direction. So we're not moving the spine, we're just moving the shoulders. Now see if we can do the same thing with the arms up in the air. So imagine you're lifting, then you're taking it back, dropping it down, bringing it forward. If that's too much for the brain, then you can just rotate as big a circle as you can. You may well feel the shoulders starting to warm up now, aching a little bit. Take it forward, or the opposite way that you started. Bringing the hands down, like you're coming back into your cat-cow, so hands and knees. Let's do the same thing again. So keeping the arms strong, you're just going to rotate the body in that shoulder joint. Doesn't matter which way you go, we're going to change direction. And it's really difficult if you're not used to it. But imagine you're trying to draw the biggest circles. Keeping the arms straight, that's it. And then backwards. Your shoulders may not be used to this type of work. Shoulder injuries are so common. Now let's see if you can do this hovering your knees. Oh, it's a challenge. Don't worry if you need to keep the knees down. So now we're working those shoulders. Final challenge, plank. Oh, and do some rotations. Don't arch the back if you can avoid it. And the other way. Oh my God. Take the knees wide, feet together. Sit the bum back. Come onto your fingertips, big stretch. And you can drop the head here. Just enjoy that shoulder stretch. Big breaths. You can definitely feel some heat in the shoulders now. Okay, from here, we're going to stay in this child's pose. You're going to keep the hands on the floor and you're going to keep the elbows hovering. Keeping the elbows squeezing towards each other. See if you can slide yourself along the floor. Gaze is down, chest is low, elbows hover, and slide all the way through. Roll the shoulders back into a little back bend, and then push your bum back to where you started. Let's try that again. Elbows towards each other, hovering. Keep your chest down. And take a little back bend. Push it back. Okay, we're going to make it a little more difficult if you wish. Sliding forward, chest is low, and as you push up, not letting the belly touch the floor, coming onto the tops of the toenails and straightening the arms. This is up dog. Take it back. Sliding forward. Straight into the up dog. Let's see if we can do it with our breath. So inhale, exhale, push back. Inhale, slide forward. And exhale, push back. Well done. Just hold your child's pose for a moment. Do whatever feels good. And then bringing your shoulders over your wrists, tucking your toes, lifting the bum up, pushing back, downward dog. And taking some nice deep breaths. Let's just do a little flow here. So it's going to look like this. We're going to inhale to come forward into an up dog. And as we exhale, we're going to lift back into a down dog. Inhale, roll over the toes if you wish, up dog. And down dog, let's do 3 more. Strong on the shoulders. You can always drop your knees. You can always go into child's pose rather than downward dog. And I've lost count again. Last one. Downward dog. And walk it to the top of your mat. Now grab hold of those elbows and bend the knees slightly. Let the head go and be nice and heavy. Give your toes a wiggle. Really feel the ground underneath your feet. And allow that belly to inflate with those inhales. Dropping the arms, pushing the ground away as you take a big rise up. And hands to the heart. Okay, last week, week 3, we did the chair pose. And we're going to be doing chair pose again today. We've only got a couple of standing sequences. So let's see how our chair feels today. So imagine you've got that chair behind you that you're just brushing your bum against. The weight comes into the heels, wiggling your toes. If you've got any pinch in your lower back, just tuck the bum under. Bring your hands into your chest. This is our chair. We're going to do one flow through our sun salutations version B, like we did last week, and we're going to add on. So if you wish, you can start to lift the arms up into the air. You can keep them at your chest. Can you sit the bum down a little more? Start warming up those thighs. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Take the hands on the thighs, lift the bum, lift the chest. And then let's do our plank. And our chaturanga, which is where we keep the elbows in and lower down. You can drop the knees if you wish. Taking the shoulders back, taking any back bend that feels good. Tucking the toes, downward dog. Lifting the right leg up into the air, stepping it to the right hand, left heel down. Rise up, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, plank, chaturanga. You can drop the knees if you wish. You can drop the belly, take a little back bend, keep the belly off, take a big back bend, downward dog. Lifting the left leg, stepping it through, rising up, warrior one on this side. This is quick if you didn't do last week's class first. Plank, chaturanga. Back bend, downward dog. 2 big breaths here. Push the ground away with those hands, lengthen the arms, then send the heels to the floor, lift the bum to the ceiling to lengthen the back of the legs. Bend the knees, sit the bum back, gazes forward, step, hop or jump to the top of your mat, let your head go. Lift the bum, lift the chest, halfway lift. And deeper fold. Sit the bum back, weight is in the heels, rise up into a chair. Stand up, exhale. And that is one round of our sun salutation version B. We're going to add on a little bit now. I'll let Sam blow a card. Sorry. Sitting the bum back, chair, but I want you to keep your hands in at your chest for this one. We're going to see how it feels to twist in a chair. Please be mindful of your knees and your back. Keeping your hands at the centre of your chest. See how it feels to keep your chin in line with the hands, in line with the centre of the chest. Twist to your right. And then, we're not hooking yet, then maybe bring your right knee forward so it's in line with your left. I just want you to feel that twist. Warm up the ribs. Weight is backwards, come back to centre. And then twist to the left. And your left knee will want to go backwards. See if you can bring it back in line with the right knee. Twisting from the shoulders always, not from the neck. Bring it back to centre and forward fold. So just warming up with the twist, and now we're going to add on. Okay, sit the bum back. Hands come into the chest. This time you're going to take your left elbow and hook it onto the outside of the right knee, then bring your hands together. If that's too much, just take the twist without hooking like we just did. Watch what your right knee has done. Has it jutted back? If it has, bring it back forward. Maybe you can take the weight into your right foot, come onto the toes of the left foot, and then maybe take a big slow step back with your left foot and drop your left knee. Twisting from the shoulders, trying to bring the hands back to the centre of the chest. Maybe you can open the arms out. And breathe. Watch the back toes, just check you're on the tops of your toenails. You can tuck them under if that's more comfortable. Bring it back to centre. Plank, chaturanga. Back bend. Downward dog. Lift the right leg into the air. Step it through to the right hand. Left heel down, rise up, warrior one. Inhale. Straight back down, plank. Chaturanga. Lots of plank chaturangas today. Back bend. Downward dog. Bend the knees, sit the bum back, gazes forward and come to the top of your mat. However feels good for you, drop the head. Lift the bum, lift the chest, straighten the legs if it's comfortable, and forward fold. Sit the bum back, lift the arms, chair, and stand yourselves up. Chair. Bring the hands into the chest. Hooking the right elbow this time around the left knee. And you'll see that my right knee has come forward, my left knee has come back. That's okay if you need to be there, otherwise get them into alignment. And twist from those shoulders. Make sure the weight is back in the heels, that you can wiggle your toes. And as you take the weight into your left foot, come onto the tiptoes of your right foot. Imagine you're wading through mud as you take the right leg back and drop that knee. Flattening the top of the foot, maybe you can twist a little more. Maybe you can open the arms. If that doesn't compromise the twist, the priority is a nice deep twist. Breathe. And then bring it round, plank, chaturanga. Back bend. Downward dog. Lift the left leg this time. Step it through to the left hand, right heel comes down, big rise up, inhale. Exhale, plank chaturanga. Back bend. Down dog. Get ready to pounce yourself to the top of your mat, let your head go. Halfway lift the bum, lift the chest, weight is in the toes. Forward fold. Chair. And stand up. And chair. Hands into the chest, twist your left elbow again around the right knee. Taking the weight into the right foot again. You're going to wade through mud as you send your left toes back, but keep that knee off if you can. So it's more of a lunge. Drop the knee if you need to. Breathe. And then maybe from here, you can start to open the arms up a little and then lift up, twisted, warrior two. You can always drop that knee, twist those shoulders as much as you can, activate the glutes to keep your lower back strong. Maybe you can drop your right hand onto your left thigh and lift up. Twisted reverse warrior. Watch that back shoulder is down, away from the ears. Squeeze the bum forward. And then maybe you can bring the hands to the mat in front of you. Taking the right hand in front of the right foot or onto a block or a cushion. Take a balance. So you're starting to lift your left foot off the floor. Maybe you can open the left hip to the sky. And maybe you can lift your left arm up. And if that's comfortable, maybe you can start to bend your left leg. Take hold of your left ankle into our modified half moon. You can always see if you can lift your right hand off for a breath or two. Then bringing the hands down, lift that left heel to the sky, straightening the left leg as much as you can. Maybe you can fold over your right leg. Maybe you can bring your right hand behind the ankle. Maybe you can bring the left hand behind the ankle. It helps to have your tummy in tight and your gaze to the floor. Ooh. And then bringing the hands down, plank, chaturanga, plank. And then pushing the left hand down, lifting the right arm up into your side plank. Dropping the bum to the floor, facing your feet, forward fold. Coming back, placing the left hand down, lifting back up as you were, side plank. Bringing the right hand down, taking a full plank. chaturanga, full plank, right hand down, sorry, left hand lifts this time. Dropping the bum, forward fold. And coming back, right hand comes down, side plank. Normal plank, chaturanga. Back bend, and downward dog. And breathe. Well done. Sit the bum back, gazes forward, come to the top of your mat, drop your head. Lift the bum, lift the chest, and a deeper forward fold. Sit the bum back, chair, and stand yourselves up. We've got to do all that on the other side now. Chair pose. Let's hook that right elbow around that left knee this time. And then twist, twist, twist. Maybe the weight goes into the left foot and you come onto the tiptoes of the right. And maybe you can step back into that high lunge with a twist. You can always drop your right knee if it's too much. Wherever you are, open the arms out if that's good. And then activate your tummy, your thighs, your glutes as you push the ground away to come up into a twisted warrior two. You can always drop the hands down if it's too much. And then as you lift your front arm, dropping your back, maybe you can take a bit of a back bend, keep the butt cheeks active, and then bringing the hands all the way to the floor, taking the left hand forward of the left foot this time. Maybe the right foot can come off the floor. Maybe you can open the right hip and open the right arm. Tummy's in, gazes down to start. Really helps with the balance. You can always progress to start to look forward or up. If you want the challenge, bending the right leg, taking hold of the right foot. Rolling the right shoulder back away from the ear, and maybe you can hover that left hand off the floor. Or maybe not. And then bringing the hands to the floor. Sending the right leg even higher, strong and straight. Melt your belly over that left thigh. Let your head relax, and maybe your left hand can take the ankle, maybe your right hand can. One hip is always wobblier. Well done. And then take your plank, chaturanga. Plank, I was going to do a back bend then. And then this time you're going to bring your right knee in. Twist your right foot over to the left and sit up. Drop your bum. Your legs are wider now. Forward fold. See if you can come back up, placing that right hand down, lifting back up into that fallen triangle. And then take your plank, chaturanga, plank. You always drop your knees, left knee in, taking that left foot through, right arm lifts up, breathe, drop the bum, forward fold. Always breathe in, left hand comes back down, rise up, fallen triangle, plank, chaturanga, back bend, downward dog. Oh, tough. Sit the bum back, come to the top of your mat in any way that feels good. Let the head go. Lift the bum, lift the chest. Deeper forward fold. Push the ground away, sit the bum back. And then bring the hands to the, stand up, sorry. Bring your hands to the heart. Okay, chair. One tiny little bit and we are done. You'll be sick of chairs now. So, what you're going to do from here is see if you can bring the weight into the left foot and cross the right leg over. we're going to do eagle, just like we did at the beginning. So right leg over left. You can always use a wall. Walls are really helpful for this. Maybe you can double back and tuck the toes behind the ankle. Tummy has to be in, has to be focused. Right leg is over the top. We bring the left arm over the top and either hug or back to the hands, front to the hands. And maybe you can lift the elbows up a little and sit the bum back more. So we did this on the floor, as you probably felt, abs were burning. Now it's the legs that are burning. Maybe you can fold forward now. Make yourself as small as you can. And then rise up. Oh, lift the right leg. That's the balance. Lift the arms. And take it down. It's nice to open up once you've been with that one. Let's try that on the other side. Sitting down chair. Okay. Let's cross the left leg over the right. Is that right? Yeah. And then maybe you can double back. You have to sit down quite deep to be able to get the toes to wrap around. Remember, tummies are in. Really feel the big toe of the standing leg on the floor. Tummies in, focus on the point on the floor. Right arm comes over the top. Either just hugging, taking the front to the hands, the back to the hands. And let's first of all just lift the elbows and breathe. And then maybe we can forward fold. Going really inward. And then if we can stand up without placing that left leg on the floor, rise up, make yourself big. Do a Karate Kid kick. She's not playing. Bring it down. Okay, well done. Let's sit down into our yogi squat. So toes out, heels in, and then just taking the outside of the upper arm onto the inside of the legs. And if you can do this really easily, and you can just sit here all day, then start to push the ground away and tense the butt cheeks, so you're actually keeping it active, always pushing the ground away. Trying to roll on the outside edge of the feet. And then maybe keeping the left arm glued to the leg, you can bring the left hand to the floor and lift the right arm into the air and twist. And hands back to centre and twist the other way. And hands back to centre and twist. And one more. I know the legs may be screaming at you. And bring yourselves down. Oh, can we feel that on the thighs today? Laying yourselves down. Let's hug those knees in. Do whatever feels good. You can circle the ankles. You can let the head go. Okay. We're going to take a nice twist. So let's take the arms out wide. Bringing the knees in, and let's let them drop over to the left and gaze to the right if your neck's okay with that. Feet and knees come to the floor, and all the breath is in that belly. The inhale fills the belly. The exhale is allowing those shoulders and neck to soften. Head back to centre. Knees back to centre. Do whatever your spine tells you it wants to do before you take it the other way. And then gaze wherever your neck feels good. Let the feet go. Let the ankles relax, the inner thighs. And head back to centre. Bring the left arm all the way over to the right. Sit in yourselves. Finding a nice, comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands into your chest. And then pushing the thumbs into the chest bone into the thumbs. Relaxing the shoulders, backing down, closing the eyes if it's comfortable. And enjoying a few deep breaths. taking your head down. Connecting your thumbs to your forehead, saying something really kind and positive to yourselves. Thank you so much for joining us today. Namaste.
Namaste. Thank you.